What's this? Actual proper content on the third channel, not just re-uploads from my TikTok. Hey, how you doing? Do you know what I unironically enjoy about TikTok? The Reddit stories. People just screenshot and have the robot voice read out confessions, am I the arsehole, whatever.
Am I the asshole for sedating my sister and removing her kidneys?
And they get like hundreds of thousands of views. I've been doing that on my main channel. Where are my hundreds of thousands of views? Never mind that. That is what we're going to be doing. So it's already hot in here. I have to have the fan on. Excuse me if you can hear it. So in this video, we're going to look at true off my chest. And we're going to start off strong. My wife gave me chlamydia.
You will get chlamydia and die. All right, chlamydia. K-L-A.
I am livid. The only person I have had sex with within the past 5 years has been my wife. I thought I had a bladder infection or UTI and scoffed when my doctor thought it was chlamydia. Well, here we are. I got the test results yesterday and I have chlamydia. Decided to start snooping. Fair enough, as you should. Oh, snooping's never... I think if you've randomly caught chlamydia and you've not slept with anyone else, I think it's justified then. But it didn't take long to find the text messages between her and her boy toy. My guess is she doesn't even know she had it as well. She thinks I stayed up all night working, but little does she know. I've already emailed her little lover boy's wife. Ooh, dear. All the text messages. I warned the lover boy's wife that he's been sleeping with an infected woman and to get herself tested. I'm still deciding how to process this all, but wifey's going to wake up to my positive test results and the messages of her infidelity. The sun should be coming up in the next hour or two and probably will be the end of this marriage.
My wife's a whore! All neighbors are welcome! Line forms at the garage!
Well, on the plus side, at least it is a totally treatable STD.
And die.
And on the not so plus side, maybe it is the plus side, your marriage is over. You've only spent 5 years with this person. Could have been 20. Could have been a total waste of time. I offered to let my mum live with me under the exact same terms I lived with her as a teen. I don't know why in God's good name my mum thought I would be the one to come to. We don't get along. I went to live with dad at 16 because she told me she hated me and kicked me out. Parent of the year. My older brother, the golden child, I know for a fact has a spare bedroom she could sleep in now that she's losing the house. My mum's situation is entirely her own fault as well, which makes this all the more annoying. She and my stepdad bought a 7-bedroom house 10 years ago, right after she left her job of 20 years to work at some stupid startup that was out of business only 3 years later. My stepdad spent the last years of his miserable life bedbound because he ignored every doctor telling him to stop shoving his face full of food at every waking moment of the day. So he died £500 and in misery. I was more than fine with this, by the way. God, we got edgelord here.
This is what I have to go through every day. Every day when I walk down the street and they just taunt me like this and it's making me crazy. Stop it! Stop it! Stop talking to me like that! I'm a person, okay? I'm a person! You all! I hope you die! This is my life, and it sucks.
Well, when he died earlier this year, it pretty much drained the last of the money my moron of a mother had remaining, and now the bank's taking the house back. So she shows up at my door for some reason. After mistreating me since I was a kid, ignoring me unless she wanted something since she married that thankfully dead land whale, I'm sensing, because I'm an empath, that he didn't like his stepdad. She had the nerve to ask to live with me. It's only me and my husband in our 2-bedroom house, sure, but their spare bedroom is his office, the basement's my art studio, and the couch in front of the fireplace is for our lovely cats. There is no room for that wicked hag anywhere in this house, but I knew this opportunity would never come again, so I told her she could live with us if and only if she decided to follow the following house rules. All electronics were to be turned off by 6 p.m. If she was caught with any after that, they would be taken away and sold at the next yard sale. Bedtime was 7:30. If I caught her up, I would take away all of her clothing for the week.
You serious?
We know the context of this year, so I don't have to explain it. That makes no sense why a mother would threaten their teenage daughter with that. If you don't go to bed, you're not going to wear clothes. So, what? Are you mad? She may only shower for 5 minutes once every 3 days. What? What would compel a primary caregiver to do something like this? All chores must be done the moment she wakes up. If I roll out of bed and they are not, she will not be getting any meals for the day. She must make sure that she is alert at all times. If I and hubby need something done, it is to be done at that moment, or else she would lose her bedding privileges for the night. What? No bed? As in the mum doing it to the teen when the teen was a teenager. That's mad. She'll be in charge of, like, why do some people have kids if you're going to act like this? I mean, because the mum, my older brother, the golden child, the mum liked the older brother, so I'm assuming that she didn't do anything to him. Why do people have kids? Chapter 1. My first I'm joking, that's a Friends reference. Why don't you like me? She'll be in charge of cooking one meal each day that I choose. If it is not made to my liking, she will not be allowed to join us and instead will eat the cheapest frozen meal available. I'll be reading all her mail, text messages and emails. I'll give her the ones I deem acceptable communication under my roof. Her car will be my own personal travel car. She will also drive me wherever I want and she will still have to pay for gas. And last but not least, if at any point she displeases me, I'll be calling my brother to pick her up from a nearby gas station. I will get to choose what she takes to put in a torn up backpack before dropping her off without looking back. She called me a monster, told me these conditions were inhuman and asked if I was insane. These were the exact conditions I lived under for years as a teenager. The exact conditions she tormented me with for years until she finally let me go live with the one parent that loved me. And these would be the conditions that she would suffer under if she dared to ask me to home her worthless, joy-sucking soul. I don't know where she went after she stormed out of my house. My brother called me and told me I had the biggest balls in my family for the stunt I pulled. So does the brother like the mum? Confusing. From the sounds of it though, none of the spawn want the brood mother to live with them. I hope she finds a nice park bench to stay on. That is a madness. Also, the fact that the brother was the golden boy, even though the brother clearly doesn't like the mother, so that's good, because sometimes it can go the other way, right? It reminds me of a tweet I saw where it was like, can the mothers of sons try to act normal for once in their life? And it was this whole article about this mother saying how she doesn't like any of her son's girlfriends because when she sees them she thinks that they're her replacement, even though your sons having girlfriends are not like your son's girlfriend should not become your son's mum. There's not a replacement. If you've not brought up your kids to be self-sufficient enough without a partner, then you're not doing a good enough job, are you? It was just this mad person writing these mad articles about her son, like bordering on emotional incest, you know what I mean? My best friend died last week and I can't tell my wife because she'll dial her nagging up to 11. When my dad died, my wife shrieked at me the next day about how I didn't do the dishes well enough. You're 34 years old. How the hell can you not know how to wash the dishes? When my co-worker and mentor died, my wife shrieked at me that night about a facial expression I made. Apparently I looked annoyed. Well, I'm so sorry that I asked you to take out the garbage. Why are you with this person? Divorce. Get a divorce.
Divorce, babe. Divorce.
My best friend died last week and I have not told my wife. For some reason beyond my understanding, her typical high conflict personality goes into overdrive whenever I have a reason to be sad, hurt or upset because she's rubbing salt in the wound. Psycho, mate. When personal tragedy strikes, she makes it about herself first and foremost and then lashes out at me because on a certain visceral level she realizes I'm at my most vulnerable. It's blood in the water for her. No idea what it is. No idea why she picks these times to immediately turn into the most horrible person she can be. But when I heard of my best friend's death, one of the first things I thought was I'll have to hide how sad I am from my wife. There's some madness. Leave. Just divorce. Life is too short to be this miserable. That's actually what one of the comments said. I'm so sorry for your loss, but what the fuck is wrong with your wife? I'd love to tell you, but she refuses to see a professional. Divorce. See a lawyer. She does say those kind of things and then deny having said them 30 minutes later though. Oh, well, that is fantastic. Stay with her. She sounds great. Don't waste time in this life with utter waste mans. My wife told me to shut my mouth in front of a bunch of people at my kid's birthday party. My wife and I are at odds lately over her sister-in-law, who is also her best friend, who is married to her brother. Long story short, she bends over backwards to accommodate their every ask, including babysitting, errands, etc. This extends to volunteering me to help them out without my knowledge or consent, etc. I just wouldn't bother going. I just wouldn't do it. See you later. I'll go to cinema or something instead. She never sees my point of view or agrees with any criticism of them I have. We were at my nephew's birthday party today. My sister-in-law is the one who's hosting it, so my wife is super keen for things to go well. Things were going okay. My daughter, 3, was a bit upset because her balloon animal had accidentally been popped. So she's standing with my wife getting a cuddle, and a boy, older than her, 5 or 6, sprints into her and knocks her over. She's crying, obviously, and I pick her up. My wife is making a joke of it, saying, oh, she needs to watch where she's got... Woman! Have your daughters back. It's hard enough out here, all right, without mums not supporting their daughters. I said back to her, don't blame her for getting bowled over by the bigger boy. Now, apparently the mother of this other kid was in earshot, which prompted my wife to tell me in front of one of her best other friends and a couple of other guests to shut my mouth. Then she had the cheek to tell me not to have a moody face. 15 minutes before this post, I sent an email to a divorce lawyer for a consultation. I finally reached my limit. Congratulations, well done, mate, well done. Well done. We stand people just getting divorces. Update. I'd like to thank everyone. I spoke to my solicitor first thing this morning and we had a good talk. He knows that I'm angry and upset at the situation. He says that he would get myself and my wife to have for a consultation. The issue in Scotland is that for a divorce where only one party wants out, it can take upwards of a year to get it and evidence of separation in that period, unless both parties agree to unreasonable behaviour as the reason for the courts granting the divorce. Long story short, I can't proceed without her buy-in. So I took my daughter to my mum's after this and sat my wife down. I told her that yesterday's situation was absolutely unacceptable, and I told her that if I told her to shut her mouth in front of my friends, I'd be getting crucified from everyone we know. I told her she was lucky I kept my mouth shut at the party and that I didn't give a a fuck about how sister-in-law would have taken it. We fought about sister-in-law again, and she defends her actions, saying that I'm the selfish one who won't help out my family when they need it. Technically, it's not his family though, is it? I then did the perhaps petty move of dropping divorce leaflets I printed from my solicitor's website in front of her. That is not petty, that is based. I said to her, I absolutely want to help my family, and this is how I do it. I told her about how I was getting tired of playing third wheel in my own marriage, and I told her I was not prepared to subject my daughter to a lifetime of this subservience. Finally, it looks like what I said has made an impact. She cried. I think she was close to having a panic attack. This made me feel guilty because fundamentally I don't think she's a bad person. She's just brainwashed into thinking that sister-in-law is second coming the Messiah. Oh, whatever. If she's got a kid, she is big enough and ugly enough to think for herself. It's just an expression, all right? Oh, there's another update. We sat down last night for the crunch talks. I have to give her credit where it's due. She apologised for what she said at the party, and she said that she'd also have considered divorce if I'd done the same to her. I reiterated to her that my issue is that she completely makes herself subservient to sister-in-law at our expense. I pointed out how messed it up it was that she didn't immediately take our daughter's side in this instant. The collision was accidental, but I told her that to blame the little one was out of line, which she accepted. I then asked her outright if she had any sort of romantic feelings for his sister-in-law. She squirmed and looked uncomfortable. She said that a long time ago, at the end of high school, there had been a drunken kiss on a night out. Why do Scottish people call secondary school high school? In England, secondary school is secondary school. Anything to be different, huh? I'm joking. There'd been a drunken kiss on a night out, but nothing beyond that. She sort of played the angle that she didn't want anyone, especially her brother, to know it, and that's why she bends over backwards to make sister-in-law attack. A drunken kiss on a night out when you were in secondary school. Get over it. Grow up. You've literally got a child. Grow up. Why are some people so immature? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was like a sober kiss when you were 14. Who cares? You got kids. I'm assuming these people are in the late 20s to early 30s. I'm assuming. Grow up. That is a flimsy excuse. What are you so scared of? That the sister-in-law would go tell everyone, oh my God, when we were 15, yeah, we snogged once because we were drunk. Shock. Who cares? Sharp. I don't believe this woman at all. Divorce, divorce, divorce. I asked if sister-in-law has ever threatened to reveal this incident, but she denies that it's even been brought up. She just thinks that if the wider family knew, it'd bring up a lot of weirdness. Doesn't matter. She swears that she has no interest in having any kind of relationship with sister-in-law and that she's straight. I told her I didn't care about what she did long ago, but she needs it to stop impacting our relationship in the present because I'm on the thinnest of thin hairs away from walking away forever. She surprisingly apologised again and said that she'd really try and work on it. I told her that I need to see some proof of that. So she's on probation, basically, and if she messes up again, he's gonna go to their mums, as in his mums, not their joint mums, not incest. It's Scotland, not Alabama.
DNA test. Turns out my girlfriend is 100% my sister. Now I come a little quicker.
I think good luck. Even if she sorts herself out, you've still got this awful brother and sister-in-law to contend with. Have fun with that, mate. I don't envy you. That is the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to like, comment, subscribe. This is my third channel, so if somehow this goes viral and gets millions of views like it would on TikTok if I was a robot voice, check out my first channel, which is just Alizee. And my podcast channel too. See you guys next time. Bye.